All right, welcome back for Mind 3. Here we go. This one is surround yourself with all the right things. It's so essential that the people you hang out with, that you spend time with, that you listen to, that you see, the experiences that you have, and literally the objects around you and the environment you create for yourself set you up to either lift you up or to drag you down. And this is such an important concept because choice is so key here. And I just talked about 3 really important things. People, this is a huge topic, choosing who you're around. The experiences that you have, again, so important and frequently connected with people. If you're invited by somebody to go do something and you don't really want to do that and you get all caught up in the shoulds and the have to do's, that's a place that we need to work on. And developing an environment where you live or the office space that you're in or even the car that you drive and having those things really resonate for you. The vibration is good. It lifts you. Energy and vibration, these are words that are real, and it's really where happiness resides. As you do the things and surround yourself with the things and hang out with the people that feel good to you, you're going to be happier. So this is an undertaking, and that's okay because you've got time here, and we've got a whole course to go through to walk you through the steps and the skills and practices to surround yourself with all the right things. So the first thing we want to look at when we get into the happiness skills is choice. First thing we're going to revisit here is the idea that, remember we talked about be responsible for the energy you bring. Well, this goes to a part of your brain called the limbic system, and a limbic resonance is the term for when somebody walks in the room and you feel their energy. You automatically, your limbic system will connect with theirs. Now that's just something we don't see. Again, it's energy of one person's body radiating an energy, another person's body radiating the energy that they're putting out, and they're connecting with each other. They're impacting each other. This is the science of this. So you start to see how important it is that the people you are around have a high vibrating energy because that's what you want. You are essentially, as you do this work in this course, designing the life that you want. Because when you're living in the life you want, you are happy. So this involves people, and this is a big one because there may be family members that you have to be around, or you feel like you have to be around. You actually don't. That just bring you down. Maybe you've even got some friends that maybe aren't really serving your well-being anymore. And maybe there are people at work and we work on skills to navigate that as well. So as we look at choice, I want you to think about 2 words together: conscious choice. Again, this is you being aware, noticing yourself, consciously choosing. Instead of unconsciously, oh yes, I'll just say yes because I always say yes and I always go do that thing even though I don't really like doing that thing. I'm going to invite you to pause now when perhaps you get invited to do something, and I want you to think about, do I actually consciously want to choose that thing? Is that really going to serve my well-being in terms of lifting me up, holding me in a space of happiness? And the thing about happiness is that it's nourishing. And that's important because as you nourish you, you become a better you. You work your way to becoming your best you. And as your best you, everybody wins. You obviously win. The people around you win, which is what we're talking about. And our gifts come to the world and we contribute more. So there's a broader picture than just your happiness here. It's something that expands and vibrates. It's a ripple effect. So I want you to be aware of conscious choice. So for your practice in this section, I want you to write your intention for the rest of the day. If it's noontime, write the intention for your afternoon and evening. If whatever time of day it is, write your intention for the rest of this day. This is a practice in consciously choosing and designing and creating. Your visualization can come in here as well, but right now we're really putting that laser focus on conscious choice. So pause here for a minute and go ahead and write out how you want the rest of this day to go and what choices you're going to make in order to create that. You're being conscious here. Okay, now let's at the next one. Let's take a look at what you really would like to be doing in your life. Maybe there's something you've been saying, oh, I can't do that. I don't have time. I don't have the money or whatever resources you need. And I want you to write that down, and I want you to consciously choose, I'm going to open my thinking to being able to do that thing. And I'm going to think it through in baby steps. How can I actually accomplish that thing? This is being conscious and bringing the power of your visualization and the high vibration of your happiness into the picture makes all things possible to consider. And it's important that you consciously choose to consider things. That's how you create change in your life. Now, the next part that we're going to take a look at is the people. Let's take a look at the people in your life. This can be a hard part because our relationships are frequently things that we fell into, or maybe thrust upon us before we got really conscious about saying yes and saying no to what serves our well-being and our happiness, and now we're working on that. It's kind of a leap sometimes. So we've got a little tool here for you on the next pages to make a list of the people that are in your life. And next to that person's name, I want you to write how you would like to change that relationship. Maybe you want to be more honest with this person. Maybe there's something you always do together you don't want to do together anymore. This calls for you to be brave and honest. It calls for you to understand this, that being honest and making statements like, I need this, or I notice that I do better when, those are I statements. They're powerful, and it's you taking responsibility for your own feelings rather than using words like, you, when you do this or you do that, and suddenly people aren't going to hear you because they feel attacked. It feels personal. We talked about that a little bit earlier. When something feels personal, it feels bad, and people shut down, they don't hear you. So let's say you've got a brother, and his name goes here on the top. Maybe it's Jack. And the thing with Jack is he always wants to go out and go drinking. And you don't want to do that anymore. It just doesn't really fit in with how you want to live your life. But you're thinking, oh, Jack will just give me a hard time, and he'll rouse me into going with him. Well, how do you want to change that? Think about it and write it on the line next to that space. And then we're going to talk about your wording and how you can just say this to Jack. Here's the thing. It's really okay to be absolutely 100% honest with everybody in your life from a place of, this is what I need. I'm doing this work in my life, and so I am making these changes. I'd be happy to spend some time together, but I would prefer to do X, Y, or Z. Now, you've taken your responsibility and ownership of your part in the relationship by wording something like that. You're asking for what you need. They can respond however they do. That is not something you can control. If you've been caught in a situation where you think, I have to do this or they'll go mad, I have to do this or they'll be hurt, stop that story. Remember writing stories? That's writing a story. That is not a story that serves you, and it's really not true. It's not up to us to behave in a certain way to impact other people's emotions. They have to take charge of theirs, just as you have to take charge of yours. So that's what this is about when we talk about choosing who we're around. And ultimately, if you can't create a change in a relationship where you think you would like to and you know you need to, you may have to let that relationship go. Baby step your way into that. Start with what you can control first, which is clear and honest communication, and then see where it goes. It'll all work out. Again, awareness. I know we underscore this a lot, and it's really important that we think about it here. Oftentimes we walk through life without much awareness of what we are doing or what we are thinking or what we are feeling. This is what we've been talking about. Maybe we've been really disconnected from what we believe and what we want. And maybe as I talk to you about doing these exercises and things, maybe it sounds a little foreign to you, a little like gibberish. Take a breath. Start one little piece at a time. If it feels a little overwhelming, just say yes to one skill at a time. But the important thing is that you get to know you and you get really connected with you and what you want and what nourishes you. The idea is that the things you want are the things that are going to nourish you. So those are good things. And it's a healthy thing to say yes to that. It's not being selfish. It's taking good care of you. It is self-care. So you need to grow your awareness of a lot of things as you do this work. Self-awareness is the key to noticing what you want to work on and paying attention to that vague feeling in your gut As you're standing, holding your body really rigid, your body is speaking to you. Your body will always tell you what's going on. If you get a stomach ache or a neck ache or your back hurts, that is your body saying, there's something you're doing in your life here that isn't working. And your body's going to go, hello, this pain I'm feeling isn't about, just something that just happens to be wrong with me. It's not just something genetic. It's a choice you're making. Let's make some new choices and get ourselves up tall, breathing deeply and nourishing our bodies with the decisions we're making. For example, on the practice right now, I want you to fill in below everything that you notice in your body right now. It's very common for us not to notice our bodies. We frequently don't notice. In fact, most of the time, we have no idea if we're even breathing. And there's lots of different qualities of breathing. There's just the shallow breathing you don't notice. There's the deep, full body breath that you let out with sound, because that's how we were really designed to breathe, is with some noise, and then we were taught to be quiet. You don't need to be quiet when you breathe. Let there be some sound. So as you move into this practice below here, and you stop and you notice your body, I want you to feel for those areas where maybe you've got a tight muscle. Is something tingling? Something hurting? Does something feel really good? Really pause here and start this practice, because it's something I want you to get to where you're doing it every day. The reason is what I said, your body communicates with you. You have to hone your ability to hear it by practicing noticing what your body is feeling. So pause here and fill in on these lines what you're noticing in your body. And again, give it some time here. I don't want a bullet list necessarily. Pay attention. It's like, well, maybe you've got a sore on your heel and you know it's really because of the shoes you've got on, and you bought these shoes because you think they look good, but they're really not making your life better. They're making your life not very good. Tell a story. If you evolve into a story and have to run off into the journal because you run out of lines, that's great, because you're developing your awareness and you're learning to go deeper with that. That's when you become really an expert at this happiness skill. So being aware of what you feel, and then it goes into what you're believing and what signals your body is sending you from the sensations in your body, are huge in you growing your awareness of who you are, which then in turn empowers you to make the choices you want to make, because only you are going to be able to make the choices to make the changes. So let's try another one. Why are you reading this handbook? Go into some detail here. What's going on in your life that you think, I am not as happy as I want to be? Again, go to your journal. If you've got a lot here to dump out, please do it here. This is the time. You're expanding your ability to talk on paper. It doesn't matter about your spelling or your capitalization or your punctuation. None of that matters. It matters that you are giving yourself a way to let go of the things that are bothering you. So here I want you to get inside, take a look around, and really write the truth for yourself. Why am I working on my happiness? What's going on in my life that doesn't feel good? Or what is it that's prompting me to want to be happier? Take a pause, come back when you're done. Okay, you heard me talk about setting intention as a morning practice when we were talking about visualization. And now we're going to shine the light specifically on setting your intention as a regular pattern of how you are in your life. So let's go back to that awakening in the morning, and you're still in bed, your head's still on the pillow, and you're just coming to consciousness. Maybe your eyes are even still closed. And the first thoughts that I invite you to have are, what do I set my intention for today? And this is about, who do I want to be? What do I want to feel? How do I want to show up in the world? This is not a to-do list. This is not, I intend to go to the grocery store and the car wash. This is, I intend to be happy today. I intend to notice. I intend to be aware. I intend to practice my happiness skills. Whatever it is for you. Maybe you've got some work you're doing and you want to be really focused. I intend to be really focused today. And then take that and visualize you sitting at your desk, being really focused at your desk, having the things around you that you need to be really focused. So let's try a little practice here. Examples of other intentions you might try as you lay there in bed are, I really want to be patient today. I want to be so true to myself. Today I set my intention to be honest with the people I talk to. And what are the other things that you would like to set your intention for today? What lands for you? Take a pause, think about it. Maybe circle some of these or write some in your journal. And then we'll move on to the next skill. Okay, using your 5 senses, this is the next skill. Stimulating your happy brain through your senses is something we've already talked about earlier in the book, and it's coming up again here. I want you to think about how you feel when you look at something that's beautiful, like an incredible sunset, like you've never seen before. What happens in your body? Do you feel expansive? Do you feel broader? Do you feel more open? What do you feel in your body when you look at something so beautifully powerful? And so maybe you smell a fragrance. It just takes your breath away when you walk by the lilac bushes and you're just transported. What are the changes you could make in your environment, in your office space, in your home, in your car? Is it messy? Is it cluttered? Are there things you just don't like there? How is that impacting how you feel as you walk in that space? Just as we talked about people's energy that they bring into the room impacts our energy, so too does the environment that you create impact your energy, which in turn impacts your happiness. You want to go to work and be really focused, make sure that the space you're going into supports that. All of this goes hand in hand. So think about what you need to change, what you need to add, maybe take away from, let's pick one space. Maybe your home. Maybe when you walk in your home, your whole body tightens up because it's always messy, or there are piles there you haven't taken time for. Maybe you don't like the red wall you painted 10 years ago and you just haven't taken the time to change it. These are the pages to make some notes on and talk about what are the things that you look at that you love the most. And use your 5 senses here. What are the things you love to smell, to touch, and to feel? What do you just love the taste of? And what do you love to listen to? And this is a beginning point for you to add these things into your environment. And at the bottom of that worksheet, you're invited to fill in a date in order to do this by. And we're going to be talking about that in the next section. Change happens because you schedule it. So this is the beginning of introducing yourself to, okay, so I brainstormed these things. Now I'm going to make a commitment. By 1 week from today or by 1 month today from today, I will do X, Y, and Z. And maybe take out a yellow highlighter and circle the things that you've written here that you are committing to doing. You're setting your intention, you're seeing it, and now you're making the commitment, you're saying yes. This is you saying yes to happiness. Good. Quick shifters. Small, quick, satisfying choices. This is maybe an email you've needed to send and you've been putting it off, or a bill that's laying on the counter you haven't paid yet or in the inbox. What are those quick things that you can automatically kind of boost your energy and go, oh, yeah, I'm satisfied. I got that thing done. Those are quick shifters. Jot a few of those down right here and then put a reminder in your phone to get those things done. When you want to get them done by, maybe schedule it. Maybe you got 15 minutes open later today. What would you like to do at that time? That will quickly shift you. You'll get a boost of feeling good about, yeah, I'm so satisfied I got that done. Quick shifters. So now summary for Mind 3. What did you check as you went through the book? Choice. You're going to be really intentional about choice. You're going to look at the fact that you do have the power of choice. Are you going to be conscious about your choice? And awareness, noticing you, noticing your body, noticing what you feel and what works and what doesn't work. Setting your intention for the thing that you do want, how to create it, seeing it in order to make it so. Beginning each day with that practice as you awaken in the morning. I set my intention to be focused. I see myself sitting at my desk. I am very focused there. And because I'm using my 5 senses, I'm surrounding myself with things at my desk I really like. Maybe a beautiful painting, some lovely quiet music, and I remove the clutter as well. And what are the quick shifters that I know I like to build into my life? Because sometimes I get a little flat and I just need a quick boost. What shows up for you? What do you want to create reminders for? Take a pause here before you move on and fill this out. And I'll see you at Mind 4.